Hey y'all.
We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Woof.
We're sorry.
I know that it is a hollow comfort. I know that it will not make you less angry with us, as you should be. That did not go as bad as it could have gone.
Yeah, it could have gone worse. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. It could have been way worse.
Remember a couple weeks ago when I mentioned that there had been a possibility that, like, the captain could have died?
Yeah.
If Leo had not gotten that sending spell out, everybody would have died. So it didn't
Yeah.
go as badly as it could have.
Yeah, we had like a list of like who is most likely to fucking die if yeah. We had a list of everybody that in the party that had come out or that had
gone into the house, because we had said that, like, because it would have been everybody that had been in the party. It would have been Sabine, Eleonora, Kalessa, then Mia.
Yeah.
And then the captain went in to get people out.
Yeah,
and then I think Ereve went in to get people out.
Zed went in to get people out. Yeah. I think we said at one point that Talendra had gone in to get people out, but I don't remember if we kept that. Like, it was it could have been bad.
So we're sorry, but at least it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no.
First we have to talk about, we're still doing the giveaway for the keychains on our Twitter account. The keychains are over. Yeah. Get it. If you don't follow us on Twitter, but you listen to the show, you should follow us so you can get a chance to win the keychains.
Look how cute they are.
They're very cute. They will be coming into the merch store as soon as we can. Okay, because the thing with our merch store is we're running it through Shopify, and Shopify does drop shipping, which is why the shipping on if you've gotten anything from our merch store, that's why the shipping is expensive, because like otherwise
we lose money on products. Yeah, we actually end up paying to sell things.
It doesn't work. So we're gonna keep the drop shipping for like the bigger stuff, but like for keychain, stickers, buttons, we're planning on getting just getting those in bulk and shipping them out ourselves,
because that's very cheap for us to do.
It's cheaper for y'all. It's cheaper for us anyway. But we're gonna be putting the keychains up as soon as we can get a box of them. So, but if you want them now, follow us on Twitter.
Yep, because we're doing the giveaway as soon as we hit 300. Also, speaking of the merch store, we did just drop a new product. We have an insulated tumbler that says Australian Gender Juice on the front and has the show logo.
So fucking excited for the Australian Gender Juice tumbler. I can't. We finished editing this episode, and Barry was like, "No, we're gonna put up an Australian Gender Juice tumbler." Or no, it wasn't even when the edit was done. It was
after we recorded it.
Yeah. Barry was like, "Oh, I can't wait to put an Australian Gender Juice tumbler or water bottle up on the store." I was like, "Yeah, dude." Yeah, live your dreams. Sure.
But yeah, let's check out
Australian Gender Juice. But yeah, let's check out the playlist. Somebody in the chat said, "We're sorry, lying through your teeth." We are sorry. We're sorry.
First track was In Bloom by Neck Deep. This was a reference to Leo's new gardening habit, and also like recent efforts to self-improvement.
Yeah, it's just a very good Leo song.
And thinking back upon those days, way back when I was young, I was such a little shit because I was always on the run. Well, you know what they say, just like father, then like son. Don't delude me with your sympathy, because I can do this on my own. And this won't be the last time that I break down and want to crawl to bed, because the truth is you're the only voice I want to hear in my head. So stop calling me out. We're never going to put the pieces back together. If you won't let me get better, stop digging it up, or we're never going to see it all in bloom. Yeah, gardening references, you know.
It's good.
And that, Al committed a crime.
I suggested the next song on the playlist, and Barry has been mad at me since I made the suggestion, like just seething. It's very funny. The next song is Shiny Satellite by Phoebe Bridgers.
I was fine until you said it was a Leo Zed song. And ever since that day, I have wished to visit violence upon you. Oh.
Yeah. Chinese satellite Phoebe Bridgers leaves that song specifically for this episode, specifically for the scene for the church scene. Ba, 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 ba. Oof. Specifically because like the last iteration of the chorus, like the last verse of the song is sometimes when I can't sleep, it's just a matter of time before I'm hearing things. Swore I could feel you through the walls, but that's impossible. I want to believe that if I go outside, I'll see a tractor beam coming to take me to where I'm from. I want to go home. Yeah.
Take me home.
Yeah. And also it's just it's about the religious trauma. Oh, it's about the complicated relationship with religion.
Took a tour to see the stars, but they weren't out tonight, so I wished hard on a Chinese satellite. I want to believe. Instead, I look at the sky and I feel nothing. I hate to be alone. I want to be wrong.
Also, just the opening lines of I've been running around in circles pretending to be myself. Why would somebody do this on purpose when they could do something else? Oof.
I think like the fact that you did this was such an act of violence, but it works so well because I think something that we really saw in that scene with Leo and with his dynamic with Zed is that like Leo talks a big game about being a-religious and like not giving a shit about Kimrel and all of this stuff, and he originally only got into it for himself, but like at his core I think Laeral Valsine is a person who desperately wants to have faith in something. I think if he could make himself do it, he would be a person of faith.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a hurdle he can't get over, and he has this kind of hole in his life that he wants to fill with faith for something. And I think at the end of the day, like when he's trying to find something that he has faith in, and the thing that he asks to take him home and refers to as his home, it's Zed.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like,
ooh.
Yeah, like Leo's at a point where he can't believe in God, but he knows who he can believe in. Like,
I regret Leo Zed. I don't, but I do. I regret giving you the opportunity to say shit like that to my face. Next song was Eat You Alive by the Oh Hellos.
This was a Moreland and Fee song.
Yeah. This is one of the few songs that applies to both of them.
Woody, if you try to eat something off the table, it's not going to go well for you.
You will be in so much trouble, Mr. Man.
Oh, he's trying it.
Oh.
Yep, he's trying to go for my bread that I got up there. Excuse me, sir.
Our dog is a bastard. Here. Dog view. Dog cam.
This is the face of a thief and a criminal.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, Eat You Alive by the Hellos. Oof. As Barry puts a plate back in the kitchen.
I need to remove it so he can't get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, just this whole song. Just he said to me, "Child, I'm afraid for your soul. These things that you're after, they can't be controlled. This beast that you're after will eat you alive and spit out your bones. She'll string you along and she'll sell you a lie, but there's nothing but pain on the edge of a knife. There is no courage in flirting with fear to prove you're alive. I've seen the true face of the things you call life, the song of the siren that holds your desire. But death, she is cunning and clever as hell, and she'll eat you alive." So
it's just, I feel like every time we hear from Moreland on a playlist, it's just we go Southern Gothic. Yes. It's kind of like when I decide to put a Wonder Years song on a playlist.
Yeah. Listen, I think it was very interesting to get Moreland and Fee even briefly interacting this episode, because it does like hammer home some things about their dynamic of like the fact that Fee had to be away from the action going on at this party, and like what that says about how she is viewed by both Moreland and Alasha, and the fact that he thought just leading her off somewhere for a few minutes was like gonna be enough. And I think that like the feline of as usual, you underestimate me.
Yeah.
Is like,
well, and that's the whole thing, like how we were talking about how things could have gone much worse, and we'll get into dissecting what Moreland and Alasha's actual plan for this whole thing was, like later in the Q&A.
Yeah, we're just gonna go through the playlist first.
But in the way that things could have gone much worse than they did, they made that plan not knowing that Fee had that haste spell, and that fucked up everything.
Yep. Woof. Next song was Guts by Tao and the Get Down Stay Down. This is again a Fee song in relation to Moreland.
I got the guts, I don't need my blood.
Yeah, I got the guts, I don't need my blood is oof. You know, I'm so easy to find, you won't come get your girl. I have a family, will they pardon me? Taught to be loyal, never shown loyalty.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's listen. If the breeze leaves with the ones you love, you go out and catch them. The way my lazy arms stay, few can fathom. Yeah, it is very much. We were waiting to find an episode that would be good to put that on because it is like a Fee in relation to Moreland's song. But like, it's just. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. It very much is, in my mind, a Fee song of just like realizing that fundamentally she is better at being a person and maintaining relationships than her father ever was, and he did not deserve the dedication that she put into him, like genuinely. And I was just waiting to drop it. I was like,
Eat shit, old man.
Yeah. But like, and the fact of like, I think subconsciously he was expecting her to give up when she figured out that something was up, and like that whole thing of you're never going to make it in time. Like, I think again, Moreland and Alasha to an extent both underestimate Fee a lot. And I think that is the biggest mistake that anyone makes on this show. I think Fee and Leo both get underestimated a lot, and I think that
and it always ends up fucking over the people that do it.
It's always bad. It's always bad. But yeah, I was. That song didn't need to go on this episode, but I'm glad that it did. And
then two more. We've got
Leave
It Alone by Hayley Williams, which is that's for Kalesa.
That's a Kalesa song.
Don't nobody tell me that God don't have a sense of humor, because now that I want to live while everybody around me is dying. Ugh. Becoming friends with the noose that I made, and I keep trying to untie it, make it into something useful, or maybe hang it through a window pane, turn it into a fire escape. It tastes so bitter on my tongue, the truth's a killer, but I can't leave it alone. This is Kalesa's "Oh God, why did I join the Beacon" song.
Oh wait, go back up, bud. It triggers my worry. Who else am I gonna lose before I'm ready, and who's gonna lose me? Kalesa had a bad episode, everyone. Kalesa had a bad episode.
Kalesa's just having a bad time in general, man.
Yeah, we kept talking about the Kalesa Joker arc this season, and this is
here it goes.
This is like the last beat of the Kalesa Joker arc. This is like
This is her dancing in the bathroom scene. Well, if we said Joker, I've never actually seen the movie.
Neither of us have seen the movie The Joker. Somebody in the chat said Kalesa having a bad arc. Like a lot of the season was like contributing to the Kalesa Jokerification, but like this is the breaking point.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes. Yeah.
And then last one was Devil May Cry
by
the Weeknd from the Catching Fire soundtrack, which is proof of how old we are.
The Catching Fire soundtrack still rocks.
They let
me in hell.
They let Lord compile that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Really lyrically, it's not super relevant. It's just that the aesthetic of the song really liked.
It was the aesthetic, and also like
the first verse, it won't be in vain to swallow your pain and learn to love what burns.
Yeah.
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 Kalessa Jokerification.
Yeah. Yeah, like lyrically it wasn't super relevant, but it was just the mood of it. We wanted something with that mood to end the episode, and to like be the scene setter for the last scene, and just it was fantastic. We loved it. Okay, that was the playlist. Now, all right, okay, so the episode. So,
Uh-huh.
so our first question was, okay, first of all, why? Why?
With 5 question marks.
Yeah, with 5 question marks. So
It could have been worse.
it could have been worse. Uh this was one of the plot developments. This was one of those plot developments that we have had planned for a while.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
an important intersection for a lot of plot stuff and
Mhm.
also for a lot of character arcs. You know, we
Mhm.
we had been wanting Kalessa to have a Joker arc for
A bit.
a bit,
A bit.
and
Yeah.
then also it's very illustrative of
Yeah, this is the Kalessa Joker arc, and specifically this is payoff for like seeds we kind of sow, or seeds we kind of, how do I conjugate that? Planted, yes. Seeds we kind of planted back in season 1, episode 11 for Kalessa's arc.
Yeah.
Like
I want you to tell me these motherfuckers are gonna burn, Fee.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we planted that specific line. We have been waiting for the payoff since then, and it is paying off in the next couple of weeks. Like it so this has been in the works for a while.
Fear.
It's oh god. Yeah, like
But it was also made to be an illustrative thing about Moreland and Elisha don't have any fucking limits anymore.
yeah.
There
yeah,
is
yeah,
nothing that they are not
yeah,
willing and capable
yeah,
of doing. Like
yeah,
willing to do and capable of doing, rather.
yeah. Yeah, so that it was the Kalessa Joker arc. It was originally we had planned this to be kind of a character moment for Adra, just because like Adra's I don't want to say anything bad about Adra because I love her, but like she is kind of politically milquetoast, which like she's never had to get into politics. It like it's evidence of her relative position of privilege, but like we made jokes as we were writing this season about Adra Lib moments, and this was meant to be the like, okay, look,
This is what radicalizes Adra.
yeah, this was meant to be Adra's radicalization moment, and that ended up not being something we had time for, which was
Well,
sad.
and also she wasn't there.
yeah,
Until the very, very, very,
Yeah.
very end.
Yeah, but like this was very much meant to be that kind of flashpoint of no, you can't bargain with these motherfuckers, and you cannot play by their rules because they don't give a shit about the rules.
Yeah.
Like that was one thing we had in the works when we were planning this, and that.
But the way the party ended up shaking out, like
Eh.
she wasn't there for
yeah.
what would have been that tipping point. I mean, like I do think that like she has now realized
Yes,
that
yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
see the way
yeah.
that she behaves, you know,
Yeah.
going forward, definitely changing.
Yeah, but it ended up being more of a background thing than
Mhm.
we had planned it for, which is can't win them all. But
So the answer to why, because we had to.
yeah, the answer to why is if we hadn't, then our entire plot would have been there would have been a big hole just ripped out of the plot.
Second of all, actually why? Like I got why that was done for plot reasons, but how
Thank
come
you.
out of all things they decided to go for Moreland's literally like only friend?
Okay, there are a combination of factors that went into the fact that even Petrus died. So first of all, again, we had this plan for a while, but like metatextually, like in the narrative, what happened was one, Eamon was the most prominent and public facing person that they had easy access to. Two, he was someone that on the surface, neither Moreland nor Elisha had motive to kill, but a lot of other people did. And three, the night of the gala, he called Moreland out on the carpet and proved that his loyalty was not without limits.
Mhm.
Like,
and everybody knows that when you do that to Moreland Valsine,
Yep.
pleasant things don't happen to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's a pattern of behavior with Moreland of like the second someone actually stands up to him and
or does something he perceives to be disloyal.
or does something that he perceives to be disloyal. Like the second someone does that shit,
cut off.
They're out. Alasha is the only person that has gotten away with even verbally calling him out on things, and that is because Alasha has never taken those call outs and moved against him. It has always been, she has always either, in the case where like he cast dominate person on Fee, I think that was the closest she came, was she was like, okay, this shit does not happen anymore. Like that was the closest she came to actually changing his behavior. But like every other time that she has called him out for a bad decision, it has been as a prelude to enabling his behavior and to making sure that the next time he does it, it goes better.
Yeah, well, because we constantly hear her saying things like, "Hey, this was a fucked up and bad decision you made. I'm gonna go clean up your mess now." Like,
yeah. Like Alasha is the only person that gets away with even speaking against him because she enables his behavior. But like Valorant did something he perceived to be disloyal, died. Adana did something he perceived to be disloyal, got sent off to fucking.
I think Adana. Well, it was more that Adana questioned him.
That too, yeah. Well, but the questioning was itself like,
some kind of perceived
the Adana.
Slight,
The Adana situation was complicated. I'm boiling it down to be very simple, but Leo rebelled against him and would have gotten shipped off to prison or killed. Fee questioned him and got dominate person cast on her. Like it's a pattern of behavior that has been established for Moreland, and Eamon yelled at him and called him out in front of his wife and directly said, this was a bad decision and I do not agree with you.
And I'm going to do something to...
and I'm going to do something to mitigate the effect that this has on my kid. Like it very much, that was kind of the moment where Eamon became expendable.
Yeah. Because I think there's just a switch in this man's mind.
Yeah.
Of like...
It's the black and white morality of it.
Yeah, like I really do think that like in that moment when he did what he did to his brother and the precipitating events after and like every instance of this behavior, I think there's just a switch in his mind of like when that perceived slight or perceived disloyalty happens, it's like, boom, I do not think of you as a person anymore. You are... again, like he's interesting and weird and complicated, but like I think on the surface level, he still believes himself capable of having like meaningful relationships.
Yeah.
But like, there's just this man is tearing pieces of himself off in bloody chunks to avoid feeling the impact of the horrible shit he does to people.
Yeah.
And every time this happens, he tears another chunk of himself off.
Yeah.
And throws it away.
Yeah.
And Leo called him on that back in episode 6, like of season 3, rather. But
like. The thing is that every single time someone who actually loves this man and is actually loyal to him has questioned him and has tried to get him to make a right decision and tried to stop the path that he has been going on since Valorant, he has gotten rid of that person.
Like one way or the other.
Yeah. I think the only people he has left are Alasha and Reese Tormare Fenstad, who's his bodyguard. Like that's it.
And Durana because she's scared of
him.
And
Durana because she's scared of him.
But she's not there. Like she's back in Australia. She's a gajillion miles away right now.
Yeah, like that's all he's got. Like but a lot of it is the expendability of Eamon and the fact that Alasha doesn't like Eamon. Alasha didn't like Eamon. Eamon was kind of mediocre and Alasha has trouble.
I don't think it was that she actually disliked him. I think she was ambivalent towards him.
I don't think she gave a shit about him because Alasha doesn't give a shit about most people.
Yeah.
But like it was very much, I think, for Alasha, a pragmatic decision of the death of the Australian ambassador is going to be something that is loud and flashy and
will take the heat off
obvious.
Of us.
Yeah, and will dominate the news cycles. And it doesn't seem productive for Moreland to have arranged it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of that thing where like it was going to get pinned on somebody else, either Leo and Fee or the Volduran government. And either way, it would take the heat off of Elisha and Morlun.
Yeah. So now let's go into what the details of the plan actually were
okay.
and where it went wrong.
Okay.
So the idea,
let's go into it.
The initial idea was, first phase of the plan was separate Fee from the rest of her party and get her to not be anywhere near the Australian embassy when all of this stuff went down. Because the idea was supposed to be Fee is being kept away. Fee is not on the property. Fee has an alibi if and when people start pointing fingers over what happened.
Yeah, like if Fee had not gotten an invitation to the party, it would have been too obvious.
And they wouldn't have gone.
Yeah. So the idea was Fee gets an invitation, but Fee doesn't go. Mm-hmm. How do we arrange that?
Hence, Boreas Gate.
Yeah.
But so meanwhile, at the actual party, the assassin is already in there. Eamon Petrus gets taken out in a way that is specifically set up to make it look like Leo killed him. He was killed by a spell Leo can cast, and he had a knife wound. He had a stab wound.
Yeah, like Maximus Grey River called out the frame job that was happening, but he just thought it was being played straight.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of Maximus Grey River pointing the finger at Leo was engineered by Elisha because, again, Eamon was killed by a ray of sickness and a stab wound combined. Leo casts with a knife and can cast ray of sickness. Like it was very specifically planned to make it look like Leo had done it.
Mm-hmm. So the way the plan was supposed to precipitate outwards from there was Eamon Petrus turns up dead. Leo gets arrested and taken into custody. And then as soon as he's out, the whole place blows up.
Well, I think when we had been talking about the planning, we had established specifically that it did not matter to Elisha and Morlun whether Leo died there or not.
Yeah, it was either we frame Leo or he dies.
And either way they win.
Either
way Leo is out of the picture.
But either Leo got arrested or Leo was still in the house when the explosion went off, which not only would have taken care of the Leo problem, it would have taken care of
the contingent of the Volduran Senate that they invited, which are the people that are against them politically.
Like a big percentage of their political enemies in Voldur. Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
So from a surface, this is kind of an everybody wins situation on Morlun and Elisha's side of the equation. Mm-hmm. But they didn't count on Fee having that haste spell. Yeah. And they didn't count on Fee being able to get back to the party in time. Mm-hmm. And that messed up a lot.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Elisha counted on the idea of Fee being able to get back at all. Like, I think Elisha left the particulars of Fee getting separated
with Morlun.
To Morlun, because Morlun had a seeming spell. Morlun had the best opportunity to get her separated. But I think Elisha thought the plan was get Fee somewhere that she cannot get out of until this is over, because that will mean that Fee has an alibi and that Fee is safe.
Yeah, if she had gone into the library with him, she wouldn't have walked out. He could have gotten her in a study room or something. And because the thing was, because Fee started that confrontation on the steps outside the library, it tied Morlun's hands a lot, because yes, he was under effect of the seeming spell, but if he starts firing off fucking dominate persons and shit like that in the middle of a crowded street,
not a crowded street,
but in the middle of a street, if
in public,
if that had happened and the seeming spell had come down, or if people had realized who he actually was, that would have been bad for him, because he did recently just try to lay siege to the city, so they kind of would have torn him apart in the street, and he didn't really want that to happen, so he kind of had to let Fee walk. But if she had gone inside the library, she would not have gotten out. Barring a big confrontation that would not have been wise for her to undertake one-on-one.
Oof.
It could have been worse than it was.
Oh God. And then somebody asked, with getting Fee out of the way, how much of that was Morlun and how much was Elisha's idea? So we established this when we were talking about what their plan was. Elisha went into this whole plan with the stipulation of Fee is not involved, or if Fee is involved, we do not do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we have to have an exit strategy for Fee because Moreland didn't have an exit strategy for Fee the night of the gala. You know what I mean? Like,
and Elisha got pissed at him.
And Elisha was pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the only thing that can get Elisha actually pissed off at Moreland at this point, I think, is Fee. Like, it's it's fucked. But yeah, that was a stipulation of her plan, I think, was just, okay, I will organize this, I will take care of it. Fee needs to not be there, and Fee needs to not be implicated.
Yeah, and I think at that point, Moreland was just kind of like, okay, I'll handle it. Like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they both had reasons for not wanting Fee to be there during all of this. Namely, like, Elisha has the personal reasons, and also Moreland's fresh out of kids, dude. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just practically. Yeah, Moreland's out of kids if they both go down. But yeah, I think Elisha left the particulars of it to Moreland, but it was very much Elisha's condition for all of it to go down was Fee needs to not be in the way of this.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked, are we going to have a whole detective thing about all that at some point? When they were doing that small investigate with Fenn, it all seemed so weird. Okay, so the thing about Fenn's investigation of Eamon Petrus's murder is that, like, what we were trying to clarify was that it was a frame job for Leo, right? Like, they can't really investigate anymore because the room got exploded.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left to
they can read the ash piles or something like that. Oh, that's dark. But no, like, the whole thing we were trying to establish with Fenn and Leo both investigating that murder scene was that it was a frame job for Leo. Like, the whole thing of Leo doing detect magic and figuring out what the magic was and, like, going into it and trying to narrow down the spells, like, it was because it was a ray of sickness and he was trying to narrow it down to that, and it was specifically a ray of sickness because that's a spell that Leo can cast. Like, and the fact that no one broke into the study was because Leo was already at the party and it was a frame job. Like, it was very much very carefully set up to make it look like it was Leo. Like,
yeah, and, like, as far as, like, investigating things further, like, we know what happened.
We know what happened.
There's not much else we can find out about what happened.
Yeah.
That we don't already know.
Yeah, but, like, that was very much the goal of it. And you can say a lot about Elisha, but she hires competent people and she's very smart. Like, it was pretty bulletproof.
Okay. Explain the title. It's very interesting. It was based on the Leo line in the study right after they found Eamon, where Fee had said, I don't understand, like, how Father could do this. Like, that was his only friend.
Yeah.
And Leo said, take it from someone who's talked to the old man recently. There's not a lot a person won't do once they've convinced themselves that they're shouldering the burden of the greater good.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
It's bad. Yeah, and then somebody said, oh, Kimmerl question. So true. What did the I'm sorry mean? It stuck to me. Was it genuine? Was he actually feeling bad about Leo suffering with the ghost, or was it, like, something else?
That's complicated.
So, that whole little scene with Kimmerl, if you couldn't hear it very well, by the way, because I know the Kimmerl voice is sometimes hard to understand. I'm sorry. I'm stuck with it now. But it means your connection to it is growing stronger. It means I made the right choice. I'm sorry, I believe. So, the fact that Leo is seeing the ghosts and the specific ghosts that Leo is seeing
are connected to
something, a symptom of and connected to something very specific about Leo, and about Leo's connection with Kimrel and about what Leo is expected to do because of the deal that they made.
A reckoning is coming, everybody.
And the I'm sorry was because the thing that Leo is expected to do is not easy, and things are going to get worse before they get better. And I do think Kimrel is on some level fond of Leo and doesn't want him to have a bad time.
So but that's showbiz, baby.
But it's got to happen now. Yeah, like that very much was where that was coming from. Was like, yeah.
Yeah, the I made the right choice was a reference to like he made the right choice by choosing Leo for this.
And
but he's sorry about that.
Yeah, he made the right choice by saddling Leo with this, but he wished that it
Leo
could
didn't
be
have
someone
to deal
else.
with the pain that he is enduring now and will endure in the future. And he does feel bad about that, but also recognizes the necessity of it and that he did choose correctly. Yeah.
Things are we'll see more about that in a couple weeks. There are some big lore drops coming.
Yeah.
We can talk about this. Remind us to talk more about this in, I'm looking at my bare wrist, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And then our next question was, so was the explosion premeditated? Yes. I have a strange feeling someone like Alasha wouldn't want Fee near a giant building that was going to explode. She didn't. Was it like last minute cover up?
No.
No. Like the explosive devices were in the basement. Like that was why the basement door was open, was the Bard was checking on them and then dipped.
Yeah.
Like it was extremely premeditated. It was set up from the beginning of, no, this house is going to blow.
But Fee was not supposed to be there.
Yeah, but Fee was not supposed to be there, was like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Alasha had had her way, Fee would not have been anywhere near it. But unfortunately, she underestimated Fee. Like, damn. Oof. And then our last question from our patrons this week was, Mia seemed a little sus right as they found the body.
When does Mia not seem okay?
Did they have any clue about the fact that they're framing Leo, or was it a like, you don't want to see this thing?
I think Mia could probably infer that was what was going on.
Yeah, I think Mia is very intuitive, and Mia thought, okay, this seems fishy. I don't like it. I think this is going to end badly, and was very like pragmatically thinking, okay, what is the best way to keep this from ending badly for the people that I am supporting in this situation? And it was keep Leo and Fee and the rest of their party, if possible, away from the scene of the crime.
That didn't work.
And then that didn't happen.
Yeah. That was our last question, tries. By the way. Last question.
Open
questions in the chat.
Yes. This week. Agony. Oh, anguish. Arg, pain and death. Literally.
And like, I know we've said it all the time that season 3, you're kind of just strapped in and along for the ride. But now it is like hands and feet inside the car at all times. Like, it is not stopping. We don't get a real break until the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
Like this velocity keeps going.
Yeah. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to wrap up the season.
Like this velocity and this intensity keeps going.
Yeah.
Right up until the finale.
Everything that we set up in season 1 is paying off, and we are reaping what we sowed.
Yeah.
Oh God. I feel extremely normal right now. But we are a third of the way through the season. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh God.
Yeah, we have been talking, like as we've been trying to catch up with our editing backlog and all the stuff like that. We have been talking about like moments that we are predicting that everybody is just going to absolutely lose their minds. So we've said the entirety of 10 is one of those. I think to a degree, like the entirety of 11 is also going to be as well.
Yeah. We have a lot of big lore drops coming in the next couple weeks that are going to be something. We try to keep up the comedic relief as much as we can.
But in these next couple weeks, that gets difficult. What?
Why do you have a box? Hang on. Sorry, Woody has a box that he got out of the trash.
An empty box of butter. Nasty man.
How did you get in there?
I think that had actually fallen on the floor.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody in the chat asked, will the finale be extremely long at all? Seems logical. I don't know. We don't know yet.
You betcha. But you know what? Survey says probably.
But like we don't know yet. A lot of the finale, like the last episode is going to be an epilogue, but episode 20, a lot of it's going to be combat, and we are never sure how long our combats are going to be. We just don't know. So, Woody has priorities.
His priorities are Munch.
Dog. Anyway.
But yeah, so 10 and 11, I think, are going to be like huge, massive lore drops that everybody's going to lose their minds over. The end of 14 is a big one. 15 is a big, like that's what I'm saying. Like the intensity keeps going. Like it doesn't
Somebody
stop.
in the chat said, oh, epilogue, I rejoice. Happy gays, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
If we survive.
If we survive, yeah. We survived, but we're dead. Oh God. Anyway. We have an epilogue in the works, and depending on how the last few episodes of the season work out will depend on what goes in there. But we have a lot of things planned for a lot of different eventualities. So feeling normal. I feel so normal. I am so normal, everyone.
Did you hear that, guys? They're normal.
I'm so normal. Mariah's voice. I'm so normal right now.
I love living this way.
I love living this way. I have had fun recording this season. It's just a lot.
Yeah,
that's all.
We're in the middle of 13 right now, so we're probably going to try to finish that tonight.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very excited for everyone to listen to the rest of the season. It's just
we've hit 3-hour recording times a couple times.
The raw audio for this episode, for episode 8, was
2 hours,
2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Because we were at like 3.5 hour recording times in like early season 1, but that was before we streamlined our recording.
Well, because so much of that was like dead space.
Yeah.
And now it's like 3-hour recording times where there's not a lot of dead space.
No.
It's just figuring out where I gotta chop.
Things are going. Somebody in the chat said talk about Boreas for therapy reasons. I don't know what you can talk about at this point, but I love him.
Yeah, he's just a dude.
He had a bad day.
He did have a bad day.
Oh God. I feel so bad because I don't think he was invited to the party at the embassy. Like I think that's where things went wrong.
Well, because if he had been invited, then Moreland would not have pretended to be him.
Yeah, like
because that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah. But the thing is that Boreas still technically has his title.
Yeah, Boreas is Australian royalty.
Yeah, Boreas is Australian royalty. He can just go to embassy parties, and he probably just went there trying to like, I'll have a glass of wine and I'll have a nice night.
Well, I think probably one of his book club friends got invited because he's in the book club with a bunch of senators. Like one of
Yeah.
his book club friends probably got invited.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, Boreas, are you coming to the party? And he was probably like, what party?
Yeah.
And just decided to roll up.
He just decided to go. And then everything went so bad. Poor bastard.
He can't even have a nice night out with his friends. He can't have shit.
Boreas was like, I'm gonna have a nice evening. I'm gonna have one glass of wine.
He had like 5.
Yeah, it's like 5. I'm gonna have like one glass of wine. I'm gonna eat a canapé. And I'm gonna go home and go to bed at 9 o'clock. And that'll be my night. And then it exploded.
And also, he got told by his nephew, like,
Yeah.
hey, my dad's running around wearing you to the prom and making it everybody's problem.
God. Poor bastard.
He's had a bad day. Like, I mean,
that was the saddest. I'm joking. That was the saddest part of this episode. I'm joking. Oh, poor bastard. Oh.
I mean, like, he's been having a bad like month at this point.
Yeah,
But man, today was really
was bad.
Today was really rough.
He had a rough day. Poor bastard. Oh my goodness.
Oh, something we do need to clarify, because it doesn't. Well, think it gets brought up briefly, like next week. Tomas was not at the party.
Yeah, Tomas was not at the party.
Yeah, Tomas is okay.
Clarify that one.
Tomas and Iggy are
Tomas
both fine.
did not get invited. Or
Yeah.
if he did, he didn't go. Yeah, we should clarify that one right now.
Maximus Grey River's fucking dead though. Rest in piss, King.
God. We were recording episode 7. We went into recording episode 7 knowing that this was going to happen. So like he gave his like shitty speech at the Senate and he said all the shitty things he did in episode 7 and we paused recording and just looked at each other and Barry said, "Can't wait to watch you die, King." Somebody in the chat said, "Wait, really?" Yeah. God.
He was in the house and he was trying to lock the house down.
Yep.
Well, and the captain was talking about like people that were like digging their heels in and staying in there because they wanted plausible deniability and they didn't want to get caught up in the politics of it. And like, yeah, he was one of those people that was like digging his heels in and like, no, I'm not leaving.
Yeah. Probably at least half of the voter and National Defense Committee died.
Yeah. And I mean, like, and some of the people,
I believe the final count we give on embassy
a total
deaths,
of 26 people.
26. Yep. 26. Yeah. So yeah.
Which like that includes like most of the staff of the embassy and
well, not most of the staff, but like a few members of staff.
Yeah.
I think they got most of the staff out, but like
because the staff doesn't really have that vested of an interest in the bullshit that's going on.
But a few people maybe got left in that were on the staff. A lot of the Voter and National Defense Committee, a lot of people that were on their side with that whole thing, Eamon and Nasalia. Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Only one good thing came out of this, and that's that Maximus Grey River's dead now. We never have to hear from him again.
Never have to hear from him again. The evil is defeated.
There's a lot more evil to defeat, but at least we don't have to hear that nasty little man ever again.
God. But at least I never have to ask myself the question again, how nationalist can I make what I'm about to say without it being too heavy-handed? God. Somebody in the chat said, ugh, the where's my mom literally thought about it the whole week. Yeah. That's the thing. We cover this, I think, next week.
We don't ever go into it specifically.
No.
Nasalia went back in to try to get people out.
Yeah. Like Kalesa, not Kalesa, but the party got Nasalia out and she went back in to try to get people out. Yeah, like yeah, because I think I had a line about it and I think that got trimmed for time. Yeah. Sad. But yeah, like I think, like I said something about how Leo could kind of see her years as a paladin, like she was trying to help people to the end, and it didn't work out so good for her. Very upsetting. But yeah, I think everybody kind of in their heads like categorized like, okay, Nasalia's out, she's safe, especially Kalesa, and just
well, because it was so hectic, you know, like, there were
Yep.
so many people running around and so much confusion. I think, yeah, I don't know who got her out. Probably like Kalesa. Kalesa probably just got her out and didn't think about it and just figured that she would stay outside.
Yeah.
And then Kalesa went back in and was getting people out. And then by that point, you know, like the captain and Ereve and everybody had showed up.
Somebody in the chat said, cries in my sleeve. Please tell me no one else be like dies by the end. We can't confirm that.
We can't confirm or deny any of that.
Yeah, we will warn for character deaths when they happen. That's what we got. Oh God. Oh, things are bad. I've enjoyed recording season 3. I have enjoyed recording it. I'm proud of what we have done. Oh, things are bad.
And they're not gonna get better super quick.
The podcast has a happy ending. We've said that from the beginning. The podcast has a happy ending, and that's what we've got. That was the most deranged sound that has ever come out of you.
That's how I feel inside right now.
Yeah, same. Season 3 is good. Season 3 is good. Again, open question in the chat. 10 minutes before the end of the Q&A.
Yeah, I just hope that we are getting ready to leave the realm of 3-hour raw recording times.
Yeah.
This one we're working on right now should be pretty short, which will be nice.
Yeah, and that'll be good. The next couple shouldn't go super long.
Oh, the next couple that we have to record. I was bestie.
No, I know.
11.
I know 11's long. 11's a monster. 11's gonna be a monster. We're sorry.
11's gonna be a monster to listen to. Like this 11's one of the ones where we're like, it might hit 2 hours.
We're very worried about 11 hitting 2 hours.
It is because there is so much that happens in 11, and we can't.
It's the 11th episode of every season that just.
It really is episode 11 every season.
Every season.
Like
somebody in the chat said, obligatory. How's Sid doing? Sid's doing
okay. He's being a kid pope.
Yeah. He's doing his teen pope shit. Sid has not left Looks to Call in like months. He's just vibing. But yeah, there was episode 11 of every season. Excited to see if this carries out onto the next campaign.
But yeah, with this one, it was like in episode 11 of season 3, there is so much that goes on, and we can't cut
anything.
Any of it.
We can't cut anything. It's arguably our biggest lore drop of the series so far.
And it's
not even so far. Arguably our biggest lore drop of the series is episode 11.
Yeah, and for reasons, we can't push that lore drop into any other episode.
Any of it anywhere else.
So if we have
if it's 2 hours, we're sorry.
Just 2 hours of lore.
Yeah.
If
it's 2 hours, we're sorry. Get a notepad.
I'm gonna do everything I can.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot I can cut.
And I think 9 is like an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, 9 is about the same length as 8.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Ooh, speaking of campaign 2, give crumbs." No.
No. We've already said that we don't want to talk about campaign 2 too much on Q&A.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah. You get no plot spoilers. XOXO Gossip Girl. XOXO Gossip GM. I never watched Gossip Girl, but the phrase XOXO Gossip Girl is just the only thing in my brain now.
True. Oh man.
It's just going around like a Windows screensaver.
But yeah, so nine's gonna be big, but it's Our mantra for the last couple weeks has been it's still shorter than Off the Rails.
It
It's
is still
still
shorter than Off the Rails. It is still shorter than Off the Rails. 11 might not be.
I don't think 11's going to be
I
shorter
think
than Off the
11's
Rails.
Look, 2 hours of lore. Who doesn't want 2 hours?
I have said that before. Like we do very much worry about trying to keep it under 2 hours, like trying to keep it as tight as we can. But our long.
Somebody in the chat said XOXO Gossip Girl is Kalessa pre-Jokerification. She haunts my brain. Yep, that's what's happening. She haunts my brain.
I think the real Gossip Girl is Elisha.
That's true. That's true. XOXO Gossip Girl boss. Elisha swinging around a corner.
Somebody in the chat said make it an hour 59. It's fine. I don't think I can, bestie.
Maybe. We'll see.
That's the problem. The raw record time on episode 11 is 3.5 hours.
We had a lot of line retakes. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, 11 gonna be it.
That's an hour and a half of cut.
The lore is look, you got a lore drop. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine if it's 2 hours. Oh God.
We always try to keep it tight. We always try to keep it under 2 hours if we can. But the fact is that our longest episodes are the ones that have the most listens. Like our most listened to episode is Off the Rails. Yeah.
Which is fun. Somebody in the chat said, listen, if I have to listen to an episode across a whole week, I will.
We don't want people to have to do that, though. So, we're going to try to keep it as brief as we can, but it's going to be interesting to see.
There'll be a lot of lore to dissect. It'll be a project.
Yeah.
We're excited we're proud of what we did with 11. I especially am very proud of my work on 11. Not to brag. I don't know how you feel about what you did in 11. I'm very proud. I feel very smug about some things that I have done in a very negative way. Somebody in the chat said, because what if it's about the stars? What if it's about Kiva? Might be. We don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Might be. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. 2 weeks.
Kiva content when, by the way? Soon.
No, I can say this. There is a Kiva appearance in episode 9.
So soon.
This week. Oh goodness. I don't know what you're worried about, Bestie. It's this week. Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, not 9, but 10 and 11 are huge, massive fuck off lore drops. And 11 especially is a monster
of a lore drop.
Oh, it's a monster.
I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. Oh, because 11 covers everything. Everything.
Not everything. There are some things that will still be in question after 11, but there are a lot of things that
about the world building.
Yeah. So they shot that everything bad, but Fee needs that level up. I don't think Fee gets a level up.
Fee doesn't get a level up.
Fee doesn't get a level up next week. Not next episode. Oh goodness.
Boy howdy.
Things are going on. Oof.
All right, 2-minute call.
2-minute call. But yeah, 11 is, it's gonna be a massive floor drop. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. The Q&A for 11 will be interesting. I think the Q&A for 10 will also be interesting, but the Q&A for 11
I'm so excited for 10. I'm so excited for 10.
I'm excited also for the end of 9. I think.
Yeah, the end of the episode.
This
Friday, you guys are gonna.
Yeah, The end of episode 9 was another one of those things where in our episode outline it just said Al does some horror shit. And I'm proud of what I did.
And if I can brag a little bit, I'm
Yep.
really proud of the sound design for 9.
Yeah, it was really good.
The sound design,
Yeah.
especially at the end of 9, is
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
I worked really hard on it.
Delicious. Oh, it's good. But yeah, the next few weeks are going to be a lot, but they're going to be very interesting, we hope. And Sony in the chat said, "Is it please read the content warnings, or you're going to climb up in our house?" Kind of shit.
For 9, it is read the content.
Read the content warnings.
Yeah.
Read the content warnings for 9. There's some shit happens in 9. Read the content
at
warnings
the beginning. Yeah. Well, throughout the whole thing.
Throughout the whole thing. But some shit happens in 9. Read the content warnings. Absolutely.
10 is a bit tamer.
Yeah, but also I think the end of 9 is gonna be. I know there are people that listen to the show that get very into theorizing about some stuff,
and a big drop happens at the end of 9.
I think the end of 9 will make those people very excited,
and that they might manifest physically in our home.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. And with that, that's an hour.
Good fucking luck, everybody.
Good luck. Read the content.
Please
warnings.
read the content
Be careful. Prioritize your health.
But good fucking
good
luck.
Bye.
Bye.
So,
Damn it.